today we're going to work on kind of assessing our needs and seeing what we need to work on. The greens are a little bit faster out here, so traditionally these 4 to 5 footers are going to break a little bit more and test your nerves a little bit. So we're going to start out by working on those. Okay. I just want you to go around and try to make these putts here. All right, well, we finished up today going, that was a nice little high side. You missed it a little bit firm and on the high side, but you know what they say, amateurs miss it low and they miss it slow. So we're getting somewhere there. Overall in closing today, so we started out trying to make the the 4 to 5 footer for par off of a long lag putt. We worked on wedges, getting them down a little bit lower as far as on chips and pitch shots to kind of let the green do some of the work, so we're not flying them in there and they're rolling past. And then we finished up today trying to make these 12, 15 foot birdie putts. So it was a pretty good overall lesson today, and we'll get back after it early next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Hey, good morning, Kyle.
Good morning, Nate. How are you?
Doing well. Welcome to Bentry. Out here today, we're going to focus on bunker play. In our initial assessment, you had talked about it being one of the areas you wanted to improve on.
Yeah.
So today, we're going to kind of work on some greenside bunker shots here, and then we'll work on to a shorter pin when you short side yourself, and then one where you've got a little green to roll out, and then we'll work on a little bit of a longer one over here to the left. First, I just want you to get comfortable and go ahead and hit a few balls there, and let me see what we're working with. Wrapping up this bunker lesson today, we worked on a couple different shots. On the course, we will go work on some fairway bunker shots. Since this is not one out of the practice range, we'll cover those there. But these bunkers here, hopefully this lesson enables you to swing more freely when you're trying to hit greens, and so you're not scared to hit it in the bunker. You can get up and down and save par, but you can also attack the pin and try to make birdies. What are some other things that you learned today?
Just learned opening your stance and swing freely through the ball. That line drill you had me do where I took swipes at the line, that really helped getting me committed to go through the ball and hit these shots where you have to swing hard at them. So that helped a lot.
And then we went over the external imagery with the alignment stick there and imagining the shot coming out low enough. Out during the daytime, so we kind of resorted to coming into this range in order to finish up what we started during our time at Bentry.
Awesome setup.
We're going to be able to get out there one more time, but we probably won't be able to get enough footage to complete our videos. So we're going to come out here and work on some stuff. That way our time at Bentry can be spent on the course, doing real-time experience and seeing if this work will pay off. Throughout our playing time here, since I've been here, we've there's been times where we struggled getting off the tee. Not very often, but it's the times where a course is a little bit further away than we anticipated, and we're right to the tee box. We don't really get time to warm up, and sometimes you struggle hitting the ball low or losing it to the left, and it kind of makes your swing timid for the rest of the round.
Yeah, and set me up in some bad positions.
Yeah, but it makes it tough to get around going when you start off struggling just due to being tight. So today we're going to go over a few drills to prevent losing the ball left, and I'm going to go over a few swing techniques to give you a nice little soft fade that can hopefully give you a nice safety shot.
Yeah, I love to hit a fade.
That's not really that far, but it's safe, and you can count on it to hit the fairway. So we're going to get started with that. Let's see some drives to get warmed up. Okay. So today, Kyle, we worked on some tee shots. We addressed 3 different key areas. Kind of no time to warm up, fresh on the tee. Get one in play ball, which was our right to left or left to right soft landing fade. We then worked on a shot that's going to help you carry obstacles out on the course over dog legs or over trees that are designed to be in the way for shorter hitters, but you're a longer hitter, so you can hit it that far. You just have to because you can carry these sometimes. So we worked on that. And then we just worked on refocusing our simple fundamentals when we're trying to hit big shots, because we tend to lose focus on the little things, focusing on that 330-yard drive opposed to just something simple like, hey, keep your head still. So I look forward to seeing the progress pay off out of Bent Tree, and thanks for coming out today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Good evening, Kyle.
Steven, how are you?
Well, initially in our assessment, we talked about a few things. One of them was working the ball. You're not generally a straight shot player. You like to work the ball into targets. Generally,
right to left.
We talked about right to left. Well, we also talked about sometimes you'll overcook one and either miss it the right distance but 15 yards left, or you'll really cook it and it'll go long left, longer than the yardage you would pull that club from. A few things I noticed during those times are some alignment issues.
Okay.
So we're going to take a look at your short to mid irons.
Okay.
And see if we can make a few tweaks to get your balls back on target.
Sounds good.
So today we covered kind of controlling the shape of our shots and controlling the impact of our misses. We started off by just watching you hit a few shots. We worked on a few things, but really what I recognized was your body was out of alignment. Once we got your body into alignment, everything became immediately closer to the target.
Yeah, felt great.
And then we just started making a few adjustments, showing you a few different shots and ways to shape the ball or control it. I think you fully understood what I was saying and where I come from. It was making sense to you because we've been playing together and you've been seeing your misses. What are some of the things that you liked about the lesson today?
I just really liked getting more aligned. It just felt a lot better. The ball flight and ball control was just really good. And just something I'm going to need to work on is just making sure my alignment's right and standing up a little taller as well. I think that also kind of aligned with setting myself straight. It kind of made me stand taller and felt taller through the swing as well. So I really enjoyed that. Really a great lesson.
Standing up like that kind of it doesn't allow you to get your hands stuck behind you like you have a tendency kind of to do sometimes, because you're upright and you're over the ball. You're not standing back on it with your hands stuck in there, where sometimes it's just there's nowhere for the swing to finish. But overall today was a good lesson, and I think we got some interesting things kinked out.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nate.
Thank you. All right, good evening, Kyle.
How you doing, Nate?
Doing well. Tonight we're going to go over a few things while we're out here. One of them is going to be, the shot. You've seen some of the Bermuda grass around the greens here.
Fortunately,
you've seen, anywhere between tee shots rolling out and balls, rolling off the green and just rolling through that rough. That sometimes really a wedge isn't needed, and sometimes, especially when the lie gives you kind of an unsure shot and you're just not confident about it. So today we're going to go over a few techniques that involve using your putter to get the ball as close to the hole as possible, and some scenarios, and being able to identify the scenarios that, where 7 or 8 of your putts out of 10 are going to be a heck of a lot closer than perhaps your best chip out of 10. One of the things we're going to work on is standing a little bit more upright at address, a little bit bringing the ball, that's going to bring the ball a little bit closer into your feet. We're also going to put it just a hair in front of your stance in order to kind of catch on the upswing of the putt. That way it has less resistance to the fringe before it gets rolling. Welcome back out here tonight, Kyle.
Thank you. Pleasure to be out here.
All right, this is our final lesson. Unfortunately, it's out here at the practice tee out here in Dallas, just due to it getting dark so early and the hours between both of us. I'm never going to have a weekend off, and you're never going to be able to do it during the week. So we're stuck with doing things out here to wrap up.
covered pretty much everything. We've covered, some putting, some techniques off the green while putting. We've covered, little bump and run chip shots. We've covered fairway bunkers and sand or green side bunkers. Today we're just going to really focus on kind of hitting very specific or specialty shots. Shots where you may find yourself under a tree or in some sort of trouble where you have to really focus and commit on hitting one specific shot in order to get the results that you want and salvage a score and keep a round going. One of the first ones we're going to work on is a low punch shot as if you were in some left trees. We're going to work on really slinging it out there to the right and bringing it back to the left.
Okay.
So let's just take a look at how you would go about doing that, and then I'll give you a few tips to maybe, produce some better shots. All right, Kyle, so today we wrapped up our 5 series lesson. We just kind of went over a few shots that are going to help you along the way and reiterated the things that we've learned and maybe possibly forgotten. It's very important, obviously when we are mentally preparing for a round and we're getting ready to go out there, we're not envisioning that we have these punch shots from the trees or we need to sling one out to the right and make sure it comes back to keep it in play or to keep a solid round going. I hope today you learned a few things that would help you along the way. I know that little punch shot would have helped me in one of the times where we were out there when I made a triple bogey because I was under a tree and I left it under the tree a couple times. So those are things that we can learn from and utilize out on the course. What are some of your biggest takeaways from our 5 series lesson?
I would say the biggest for sure is my alignment with all my clubs. That was really something that I started picking up on a habit and didn't even notice. So that was really good to get that squared away and figured out. That was probably my biggest takeaway from
Okay.
we focused on that a lot.
And that really seemed to straighten your game up without making any real swing changes or things to make you uncomfortable. We just pretty much got back into a routine of proper alignment that you probably had in August before internship started, and we lost out on the opportunity to be out on the course every day. I appreciate your hard work, your practice, and your dedication, and your input throughout this process has helped make me better as well. You have a good night.
Thank you for your time.